All right.
Cold open.
Cold open. Just like SNL. Yeah. Hello, salutations. What to do is start the game right off. I do again. I was like, scrap. Let's get it. We had an amazing intro already, but unfortunately, StreamYard glitched out and didn't go live. So you missed Jay. He had the.
I'm not repeating what I said.
He had the best
because
joke.
of you.
He had the best joke I've ever heard, and we definitely appreciated that he can joke right now. He's in a lot of pain,
Yes.
so bear with him. Unfortunately, earlier today he got his back blown out, so he is unfortunately a little under the weather. But we're not gonna go the full usual 2.5 hours or whatever. He's got his back to deal with. He might have to attend a special massage parlor or something, whatever you do to solve these blown back issues. And of course, I want to watch the Iowa State women's basketball game. So, priorities, similar situations. As usual, shout out to Casual Avenger, who is enjoying a hot, steamy deep dish pizza right now and cannot join us, but he is with us as usual in spirit. But we do have a fun show. We are streaming live on YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter, but always known as Twitter to me because X is stupid. We got a lot to talk about in the relatively limited time we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be going over the latest updates about the PlayStation Showcase. We're going to go over all the Suicide Squad drama. There was a lot of it today. We might talk a little bit about the earthquake that we heroically survived here on the East Coast.
I don't think we really felt it up. Like, I see all these people that are like further east than I am. Like, oh, did you feel that earthquake? I'm like, you didn't feel nothing. There was nothing. I'm like, my office is in the basement of my house. I felt nothing.
My office is upstairs, and I felt the entire house shaking. I was
like New York, New Jersey, Philly got it.
I was like, what the hell?
It's all the people at WrestleMania.
I thought it was literally the J. Cole song I was listening to. I literally had just turned on his new album, and then all of a sudden, when he's really getting into it, the house starts shaking. I'm like, did J. Cole do this? What the hell's happening?
Yeah, I heard there was some controversy on that one.
Yeah, with J. Cole?
Yeah.
He just he responded to the very popular Kendrick Lamar diss record with not only his own diss record, but an entire album. So I will finish listening to that after I watch some women's basketball later on. Got to say what's up to the chat. Old man Eastwood, speaking of old people who are probably in pain. Shout out to Eastwood. Congratulations on being first. And thank you for supporting the channel as a new member. Enjoy that backstage pass. What's up, Lake Man, Hoarder Gamer, Mikey Dykes, Steven Arkham. Appreciate you. Spider-Man, appreciate you hanging out. We got a lot to talk about. So I guess we should talk about Jay's favorite game, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Apparently I'm just a Suicide Squad creator.
He apparently just is. I mean, which is fair. I mean, you are. That is all you talk about.
I had such a great So one of the people in my Discord, super big time Spider-Man guy, I did say I would not out him. Posted a screenshot of his complete list of game saves in Spider-Man 2, all 100% completion, new game plus.
That was extremely cringe.
And he's fine, I guess. But I posted a joke and somebody responded taking it so seriously, which obviously was the point. It's like, he's just a Suicide Squad creator. I'm like, yeah, I've got 12,000 videos on YouTube. Thanks, bro.
I mean, you've definitely replayed it about 80 times, so checks out.
I mean, but at least this is a game that you're supposed to play over and over again. Anyway,
yeah,
on to the controversy.
Yeah, our fellow content creator or Suicide Squad creator, Tricks Ridiculous, is famous. He's been covered by not only Kotaku but IGN and Yahoo. Let's see if we could find him there.
YouTuber Tricks Ridiculous.
Tricks Ridiculous, right there. There you go. Tricks Ridiculous himself made it into the news. Thanks to an assist from Miller, who might be joining us tonight if he has time. So if you missed the drama, Suicide Squad has obviously had a cheater problem since launch. There are cheaters. 12,000 videos, all Suicide Squad, exactly. There are definitely a lot of cheaters basically dominating the entire leaderboard of Suicide Squad, rendering the entire thing meaningless. But lately, there's been some cheaters who have been also hacking the game and getting access to some of the unreleased skins. And the number one cheater, literally was number one on the solo global leaderboard, was not only using a unreleased Joker skin, but he had Deathstroke in his squad. Deathstroke, of course, has not been released to the game yet. And Tricks Ridiculous is like, hey, he literally took a screenshot from his own game and said, hey, look what's going on the leaderboard.
Not even a screenshot, a picture of his monitor with his phone.
Exactly. And he cropped most of it out.
Right.
And obviously the character model doesn't load anyway. So all you saw was the name Deathstroke and the little icon and the name of the cheater. And WB thought, hey, let's DMCA strike that and leave everything alone. So then after it became this big controversy with everyone dunking on WB, they hilariously added to the blog today that they're going to be doing cracking down on the cheaters, and they've banned several of the cheaters, including, I believe, that particular one. And they said they'll reset their account, and they said further infractions will result in a permanent restriction. But it is hilarious and typical Suicide Squad faction that it took an entire controversy for them to do something that they literally should have been done months ago. 2 months ago. Like, it's actually just nuts. But it is on brand.
Yeah. Incredibly disappointing. We've had lots of conversations, and yes, I as Sadot is saying, my back was blown out. He's gonna clip that. So anyway, we've had lots of conversations about DMCA type stuff in the background, and I'm typically like, this is obviously WB corporate and they don't give a shit. This is not Rocksteady doing it.
Right.
But man, it's so disappointing that like this even is a thing. Like, I feel like what Trix was trying to do is pretty valid, and all it takes is, oh, we're looking into that, or even a DM. I'm sure if they DM Trix and said, hey, look, we don't mind if you talk about it, but can you take the image down? I'm sure he would have just done that.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like they're in a position where they're so busy and whatever that they couldn't just do that. Like, they talk to us like from time to time. I don't know. Like, it's very disappointing to see them go that route. But I mean, I also don't want to like go too, maybe it's just the good guy Jay in me, but I don't want to go too hard, because like I do feel like the blog today, which should have come out last week, I do feel like they're trying to listen. I can't imagine that was all like written today. You know what I mean?
The cheater part definitely was.
maybe
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely no fucking way they planned that.
I think my biggest takeaway from that blog though was the Joker stuff should have been written before they released the Joker.
Day one, literally.
Like that should not be a week plus later. But but as far as this goes, like, we know that there's people hacking the game and cheating the game.
Yeah.
Because they've already reset the leaderboards before because of it. So I don't know.
But not banning, not doing much banning from what we've seen.
Yeah, so I don't know, but like, we saw another image where it's like the picture of Deathstroke is like an Arkham Origins like placeholder, right?
Right.
And so like, what are they even playing?
I don't I don't even think it's because I don't think they have actual access to the character.
I think they're just showing off that they like can access the character.
It's probably one of their existing characters. It probably works more like closer to a mod, but they definitely have access to the gear. But I don't think Deathstroke is like in the game because the plant, if he's planned for last, then they wouldn't have loaded him in anyway. Like there would be some Deathstroke assets in there, but not the actual character.
But like I saw one of Miller's tweets, and like, I mean, there's a part of me that wishes I didn't. Like, I'm trying to like avoid as many spoilers as I can, but like,
we won't spoil the game. But yeah, in retaliation, to what WB did to Tricks Ridiculous, Miller basically spoiled the story. Not only did he spoil the story of what's basically building up from the rest of the seasons and how the game is going to end, he literally does in fact mention that the game is going to end in 2025. He made this definitely gave me a full Avengers flashback to when Miller dropped the scoop that Avengers was, shutting down. He revealed when their final year would be, and then of course he revealed when they were shutting down the day before they made their official announcement. And he did a similar thing to Suicide Squad. So if things play out like Miller said, then Suicide Squad will have lasted for less time than Avengers did, but they will have completed their full story, unlike Avengers, who never quite got to that Korean invasion. Things were abruptly shut down, which could happen with Suicide Squad. But if everything goes, according to plan, they release everything, then Suicide Squad will end in 2025, but it will at least end with the story concluded and hopefully with an offline mode so that we can still play the game once they stop supporting it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Like, I don't know what I expected. Like, in a perfect world where everything went well, I don't know like how many characters I really expect them to go with, especially if they're adding them like every 3 months basically.
I mean, Peacemaker wasn't even on the list of characters Miller said they were considering, so that's, and I could have at least named off even more that he wasn't, that weren't on that list. So if the game were going to continue, there's definitely more characters they could have presumably added. But yeah, unless people really love that season 4, which is possible depending on the execution, yep, the game is ending in 2025.
I feel like it's also possible that like if the game like did gangbusters, you know what I mean? Like if it sold really well out the gate and the support was there, I feel like it's something that they could have kept going with as well.
For sure.
But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen at this point. I just want the game. Like, I can't believe we're on another podcast and I'm talking about. I just want the game to work. Like I feel like there was a lot of progress. I was playing with High Roller yesterday. I'll let you answer that.
It's always funny when people. Well, I realize there are people who don't know who Miller is that watch us.
Yeah. Miller is a long time.
He's a distinguished industry insider who has been famous in the superhero gaming circles in particular for his leaks and data mining of Marvel's Avengers. Now Suicide Squad. He also was one of the insiders talking about Marvel Rivals. He's a big time leaker, friend of the channel. He's been on the podcast a couple of times.
Yeah. But anyway, I was playing with High Roller yesterday while we were waiting for the new Easter skins to come out.
Lovely, by the way.
Listen, I'm glad they're free. I would have never bought them, but they're kind of fun for free.
I definitely I think my favorite so far are definitely Egg Shot and African American Shark.
Anyway, while I was carrying High Roller, through some higher mastery stuff that he's ever done,
of course,
it's just it was rough. Like when you start getting into the 40s, it's just like you can't even really shoot your gun. You just have to sit there and constantly like melee. And I know your builds are probably way better than ours. That's fine.
Definitely. I was playing Mastery 125 solo today.
I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. Okay, I acknowledge you.
Skill issue.
Yep. All right. Like, listen, but for the regular normies like me and Canadians like High Ruler,
of course.
It's rough. Okay, and like it's just you just have nothing but these guys launching themselves at you, like, and then the snipers. Oh my god, the snipers!
Those snipers.
Oh yeah, I got that reference.
That was a great reference.
Yeah. The sniper, I swear to God, like there's like a circle on each character's chest, and snipers have something in the coding where it just locks on the second there's line of sight, no matter where they are. They could be on fucking Oa, okay? Like another planet altogether, and they're going to beam you.
It's particularly funny on my build because I run a squad ultimate focus build. So time is pretty much always slowed down.
Yeah.
So it's always funny when literally everyone is, all the enemies are frozen and they can't move, and yet there will be literally 8 sniper beams on me at the same time while I'm moving around in stop time. It's hilarious, and it does not break unless you do a traversal attack. That's the only way to temporarily break the beam on you. That's why when I main Boomer, I don't have a problem with the snipers, because the way his traversal works, you basically can almost never get hit by one.
I just need to address that. Like I keep playing with it because my cam is like so good that I just keep seeing like this one hair that's a little bit stray and it's like bothering me.
Shout out to Elgato.
I do have the Elgato Face Cam Pro. Absolute monster. They are a sponsor of me. Elgato.
Congratulations. I actually I got a message from Miguel.
Really?
I got a DM. I got an invite to a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I am very happy to hear that. He didn't tell me. But I mean, I'm sure like Miguel's my boy. All right. So I'm actually very excited to hear that. Yeah, did you like tell him that I'm the one that convinced you to buy your Wave 3?
No, I haven't had a conversation with him yet, but he invited me to a thing. So
nice. Yeah. I'm excited for you. Like Miguel is such good people. Anyway, while I'm pitching while I'm actually shilling.
Legitimate shilling.
This is literal shilling for a company I love and do get paid money by. Did you see those Fallout? The Fallout stuff they're launching next week?
Oh, I did not.
They're launching this microphone, the Wave DX.
Okay.
The little DX mod with the dial and everything, a new mic arm, a new Wave 3, and a new Stream Deck. All of them Fallout themed, and they're amazing. I don't think I'm going to be getting one, so I have to decide whether or not I want to give them their money back for some of the stuff, because I guess they don't have much stuff, and but
it would be hilarious if I got some, but
I would be okay with it. All right, like I'm not like, I've bought stuff even though I'm sponsored, and they've said to just ask. But I know that this is a limited thing, so all I really want is the new camera and the mic, or the new mic and the mic arm. I don't need anything else. I
wouldn't say no to a new camera or just all the stuff. I'm not an official Elgato shill yet, but I do naturally just use Elgato products because they're great. I've got my Elgato capture card. I've got my Elgato Wave 3 microphone, which is the best microphone I've ever used for non-music purposes. And I got my Elgato green screen right behind me, which is the best green screen I've ever used. So
yeah. So anyway, this portion of the chat sponsored by Elgato, but just from me. Sadot did it for free.
Yes, I did.
Anyway, back to the squad so you can watch Iowa State.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to Caitlin Clark getting busy on UConn.
That would be unfortunate, but I don't know if we'll get into that. But wanted to bring that up in case you didn't see it.
Grifters are starting to drop Helldivers because one of the community managers is trans. Can't make this stuff up. Oh my god! I mean,
those are the people that you don't want playing your game, though. So
yeah, I mean, last I checked, the player count is still high, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it literally doesn't matter. Like there's no politics in. I mean, I'm glad that that can be highlighted because it just shows that this whole we're just pushing back against wokeness is a lot of that is bullshit. There are literally just a lot of people in that movement who literally just hate anyone who's not straight and white. That's literally just what it comes down to, and they expose themselves very easily. Like there's nothing woke about Helldivers. They go out of their way to avoid politics beyond the obvious satire of the of the base game. so if you're quitting Helldivers because of the gender identity of one of the community managers, has nothing to do with fighting the culture war. You're just a bigot, and good riddance. Like the game doesn't need you.
Yeah, I stand by that completely. Like I don't. Like none of us care. I don't care how you live your life. You know what I mean? Like, what does it matter? We're all here once. Like, I don't think it takes much to just treat people like people. Like, come on.
This is actually my 8th life.
Oh well, you are better than everybody.
This is true. Okay. No, this is just all good. Like I can't. Like when my content creator friend shared this word on Twitter, like someone literally just woke up, went to his YouTube channel and said like this comment if you hate blacks. I'm just like, why?
Like, I was looking through my Facebook memories, and 14 years ago today, I snitched on somebody's Xbox screen name, which was just FFFAAAGGGGGG, and the rest.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, cool. Like you're so edgy. so
fun, so cool.
Yeah.
That is gaming. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Playing online with, I totally agree. Playing online with as big is a massive win. Like we all, that literally just went. In fact, I hope this story spreads out more. If you have a problem with the Helldivers community manager, please uninstall the game. It will make matchmaking in Helldivers 2 so much better. please quit the game. Please, I'm begging you. Uninstall. I'm bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of woke, IGN apologize for Stellar Blade. That was a whole thing. That whole people just. I knew this was going to happen too. Like I literally called that this was going to that Stellar Blade was somehow going to end up the new Hogwarts Legacy. Like sometimes I think at this point, some companies are like secretly sliding some money to certain people and be like, hey, why don't you talk shit about our game? Like they go through an intermediary and be like, hey, encourage them to make this a culture war thing because they saw how well that worked for Hogwarts Legacy. Because this whole thing is stupid. Like Stellar Blade like should not be controversial at all. Like near Bayonetta literally exist and have existed for many years, but I knew it would become a thing because I knew there would be some journalists would make a comment about it, calling anyone who liked the game or simping over Eve sexist, call the creators, say they hate women or whatever. I knew that was going to happen. Then the grifters would jump on. It would be a whole thing, and it would drive up the sales of Stellar Blade. And that's literally what's happening. The IGN article they're specifically referencing, there was an IGN France article where the author was doing a critique of Stellar Blade, kind of rewriting history about the backlash that Bayonetta and 2B got when those games came out. But they specifically mentioned, accused the creator of Stellar Blade of basically being, they called Eve, the main character of the game, a sex doll, said that the creators, incel, never touched women, even though and this backfired on IGN because turns out the creator is married to a very beautiful woman.
Yeah, that is a designer on the game.
Who is a designer on the game and has no problem designing waifu. So yeah, that I knew that one was going to backfire. I knew it was going to backfire to some degree, but I didn't think it was going to backfire that tremendously.
I think my biggest problem is that like a lot of the people, I don't know how to say this like properly, but like a lot of the people like that would write that IGN type article, like, you know, criticizing people for that reason, are the same people that like, you know, want you to just accept, you know, like the Helldivers community manager, you know what I mean? Like we want to accept them and their lifestyle and what they want to do. But like here you have these other people that are just completely harmless, that like their waifus, that want to just play a game that has cake in it. Like, who cares? It doesn't affect you. Like, no, they're not doing anything or harming anyone over it, you know?
Yeah. And the
like,
game, and separate from the jiggle physics, the game is actually fun. I really enjoyed the demo. I play the boss battle at least a couple times a day.
Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand this philosophy. Like, even like you think of some of the game, like the fighting games where, you know, it's basically girls fighting each other in bikinis, and I can't remember which one that is. Like, is it Dead or Alive? Maybe.
Dead or Alive. That was the one from back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, those are the type of games that people go out of their way. Like, those people go out of their way to like criticize. I was trying to like not say those people, but you know what I mean. Like
the SJWJ, the wokes,
the wokes, okay, the wokes. All right, they like go out of their way to like blast every single one of those type of games,
except Baldur's Gate 3. Fucking bears is fine.
Yeah,
a girl, a Korean girl with a big butt.
Yeah, so like, but that's what I'm saying though. Like who cares? All right, so you don't like it and you don't like want to play that game, then don't play that game. Like, it's really not that big of a deal. And like, I would say the same thing if it was like a bunch of dudes in thongs. Not my thing, but if you want to go play that fighting game or whatever game, go for it. Like, it doesn't affect me. Like, how hard is it to just not play a game?
It's I mean, apparently it's very difficult because a lot of people will not just let you play a game. Like, we see this with Suicide Squad, we see this with a lot of games. Like, unfortunately, and that's why I thought this was going to be a Hogwarts Legacy situation, which is kind of turning out to be. Like, literally, if Hogwarts Legacy probably would have sold half of what it sold if activists had just left it alone. Like, literally, it was going to sell decently because it was a Harry Potter game, but it was not a spectacular game. There was nothing crazy about Hogwarts Legacy. It was fun. It was really good. They really did a good job recreating the atmosphere of Hogwarts Legacy, of the Hogwarts Castle, everything like that. There was a lot they could have improved on. It wasn't a big deal. Just like Jay regularly watches that, but yeah, you know, there was nothing wrong with it. Yeah, you can hate J.K. Rowling, who was going to get a check regardless. Yeah. Like she owns the IP. She was getting it. She already got paid. But I understand, like, if you personally didn't want to play it because you didn't want to support her in any way, perfectly fine. The problem came in when you didn't tell other people, actually, you can't play it either. And if you do play it, you're a bad person. And that's how Hogwarts Legacy ended up becoming this huge, you know, culture war thing and selling way more than it normally would have. And we're seeing similar things with Celebrate. Like, if you just shut up and just leave it alone, it'll succeed or fail on its own merits. But when you gas it up with this culture war nonsense, you're just giving it free publicity.
100%.
And you're creating new customers, because the funniest thing about Hogwarts Legacy is that a lot of the people who bought it would have hated it normally. Like, the game has tons of it has a lot of black, non-general, non-white people. It's got a lot of lesbian representation. It has
one of the, I'm pretty sure, the first ever like transgender character,
like a legitimate transgender character with their own side quest. And a lot of these people who hate anyone that's not straight and white bought Hogwarts Legacy anyway to own the libs. Like
Yep.
if you had said, if the SJWs had said nothing about Hogwarts Legacy, the grifters would have attacked Hogwarts Legacy and called it woke. Like if you just left it alone.
Yeah.
But because they tried to cancel people for playing Hogwarts Legacy, then they rallied everyone together, said, "Oh, we gotta buy 10 copies." Like,
there were, I don't know how legit those people were, but like there were people claiming, "Oh, I bought 5 copies." You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
It's weird. It's weird. And I know it's legit because I saw some of them actually open the game and were commenting, after it came out, how bad it was because it was woke. It was like, what is this? They didn't know what they bought. They literally just bought it because it had Hogwarts in it, and they thought they were just winning the culture war. like it's crazy.
Social justice warrior.
Yeah, it's a term that became popularized during Gamergate 1.0. Yeah, we're in 2.0. It's been a lot of Gamergate since then, but yeah, primarily, it started out with Gamergate 1.0 and people people going to war with activists, and now it felt like we're kind of like in the end game of it because I feel like everyone's kind of just sick of just all the shit. like I feel like people are just tired of the entire thing and just want to enjoy their entertainment and just keep it moving. And you just have people on both sides that are trying to keep fighting the fight, but it's dumb. Stellar Blade is going to sell a bunch. There's no point. It's a fun game. I'm sure it would have done decently on its own. Now it's going to do even better because of this silly controversy, and we're going to move on with our lives. It's not a big deal. I just wish people would just enjoy video games and not try to make them like a political a whole political rally or out of it. Like it's not that deep.
Yeah, I concur.
It's a game with waifus and jiggle physics. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Was that The Last of Us 2 got backlash for having a trans character? I mean that came later. It wasn't that big. Like people thought Abby was trans. That's what it was. Like the Last of Us 2 backlash started because of the leaked plot details that revealed that Joel was going to be, brutally murdered in the beginning of the game. And, people spoilers for anyone who hasn't played The Last of Us 2, but you're welcome.
Some of us just want to watch the TV show.
Yeah, so I part of you hope that they would like kind of retcon everything, but yeah. If you haven't played the games, yeah. Spoiler alert. Joel dies in the least interesting way possible. The end, and a lot of people were mad about it. That obviously created a whole thing, and yeah, but who cares? Who ultimately, it's always a new thing. But yeah, Suicide Squad got caught up in all this because Sweet Baby did some minor consultant work for them, but everyone assumed that they were responsible for everything in the game. Batman dying, who's not actually dead, by the way. Miller reconfirmed this. Like none of them are actually dead.
Speaking of Sweet Baby, can I drop this?
Oh, please. You got some Sweet Baby stuff?
I forgot all about my April Fools.
Oh, the Sweet Baby game.
Yeah. I love me a good April Fool's Day joke. And this is my Sweet Baby All-Stars.
That game would low-key be really good. Like a 2D fighter with Kratos, Alan Wake, Miles Morales, Harley Quinn.
Yeah. So I want to point out that I obviously used the ugliest version of Harley Quinn. And obviously I used everybody's favorite Spider-Man 2 costume.
Of course.
And I made it this is like all to scale. So obviously Kratos is the shortest.
Of course.
way shorter than female Eivor, who is obviously the tallest of all of them.
And of course, shorter than Alan Wake.
Yeah. So
and Miles.
Yeah.
Put him in his place.
So this was I kind of did this last second because I was kind of not feeling it this year.
It looks like it.
Look, I just did what I could.
The April Fool's joke with the Spawn and Batman crossover was pretty good. That was really high quality.
I've had some pretty good, pretty famous April Fool's jokes. One year I got everybody with Lego Deadpool. That was a pretty fun video. So
yeah, I don't think I've done an April Fool's video yet. I usually just troll on Twitter or something. This year I trolled with an announcement via JayShockblast for Anthem Beyond, the sequel.
It was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. I like the fact that because High Roller did that too recently.
Yeah.
Like I like the sourcing. I got you back by saying that you had confirmed this game.
Indeed, and I definitely will vouch for the Sweet Baby All Stars. I hope they actually make this game.
Yeah,
that would actually be a fun. Would be a fun game. I think unironically that game would be hilarious.
It would be
very fun. If it was done right. But we're not gonna, even though we spoiled The Last of Us 2, we're not gonna spoil the ending of Suicide Squad. But according to Miller, it is ending in 2025 unless what I would call a miracle happens. It would in fact, I think, take a miracle. I mean, maybe season 4 is so overwhelmingly good that everyone just is like, oh yeah, this is great, we're back, let's do this, and WB sees the numbers and is like, yep. But I don't see that happening. Like we were talking on stream earlier about how even like something like basic things that could make them more money, they just aren't doing, like movie tie-in skins. Like, it is unbelievable to me that this game, this game came out in January, we're in April, and we don't have a Margot Robbie Harley Quinn cosmetic in the store.
To be fair, they didn't really start with the store until season 1 started. So, I mean, we just haven't had a chance to see, what they're going to do.
But they've had stuff in the store, and they had
and it's been weeks
since launch, and they had pre-order skins too.
I will say though, I think that they got a little influx of money because a lot of people got kind of tricked into buying the Joker. Number one,
for sure.
I would probably say 7 out of 10 people that have the Joker bought them. If I had to place a guess,
100%.
And I've noticed most people bought his classic costume package.
Yeah, for sure.
And some people even bought the second classic costume so they could get the gold skin.
Now, obviously, you have to subtract from the people who, like me, who spent their Lex coin that they got as an apology for playing in early access.
That is fair. But the fact still remains that a
lot of people
I've seen, like, everybody I see is playing with the classic skin pretty much.
A lot of people spend some money on Joker.
So, I mean, that could be encouraging, but at the same time, also now they know. I've heard through the grapevine that the Harley classic skin sold incredibly well, which begs to your point, where's the Margot Robbie skins? Like, you would think they would just be leaning. So I'm hoping that once we get through this week, next week, we start seeing, this one right here, right? Digital variable. How do we not have that skin available to buy right now?
Yeah, it was literally in your main campaign.
It's literally in there. Like, it can't be that complicated. You know what I mean? Like, so get through these free Easter skins, and then they start, hopefully, because like Avengers proved that if you give people skins they want, they will buy them.
But it took them almost a year to do it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Which is crazy that they haven't done it yet, because like obviously they have numbers. They know the classic Harley. They should have common sense. Like, Harley Quinn's a very popular character. Give people the most popular Harley Quinns. Like, it's not rocket science. Oh, people loved the Margot Robbie stuff. Put the Margot Robbie skins in the game. People love the Arkham Harley looks. Put those in the store. Like, it's not complicated.
And it's not like they're using her likeness.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're not owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
there's no licensing.
Yeah, like Marvel's Avengers had hoops to go through because they had to go through, because it was a licensed game, so they always had to deal with BS from Disney and Marvel games. That's one of the reasons why there were all these logistical issues. That's why they couldn't, for example, get any of the Spider-Man No Way Home skins, or even the symbiote. Sweet Baby said, "No, that must be it." They contacted Sweet Baby and they said, no, you can't hide that Harley Quinn suit. It's too sexy. Can't do it.
Too much cake. Too
much cake. Nope, can't do it. But yeah, it really is, like, otherwise it really is stupid. Like even for Joker, like I was saying, if I was in charge, like day one of the Joker being in the shop, I would have had the Mark Hamill Batman animated series Joker skin in the store, along with the Heath Ledger Joker fit. I would have had both of those in the store. I would have followed that up by releasing Batman Who Laughs. I'd be doing so many movie tie-in skins. I would be throwing them all in there. Will Smith, Deadshot, Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn. I'll be putting all the fan favorite stuff, like buy these skins, buy them all.
Don't forget the races. Give them that the white Batman Deadshot. Origins Deadshot skin.
The white Deadshot skin. Just
but make him still this Deadshot, just wearing the suit.
Yeah, just the suit.
Just to really mess with them. Yeah, I feel like I get where you're coming from, but I also feel like there has to be a little bit of pacing. But it's tough. I don't know. It's
like that's the thing. If I'm planning the game, this stuff should be planned and ready to go. So if I'm seeing that the reception to the game isn't where it needs to be, and the sales aren't tracking where we need to go, I'm like, okay, obviously we're going to really need to go to these skins. So whatever you did there, whatever you may have been planning, move these up, put the high priority skins in the marketplace first, so that we can get some of that revenue going.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation for them. Because if they start pumping out like 10 skins all at once at launch, you know that you're just going to have everybody, cash grab.
But that's the funny thing. They were saying that anyway.
Yeah.
Even when they just, all we knew was that, it has a battle pass. It's no FOMO. They're all the DLC is free. Cash grab, like ignore those morons. Look at only the people who are your customers. Like, what do your customers want? Your customers want skins. They want Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn. They want movie and animated Joker stuff. They want Green Lantern, King Shark. They want the skins. Give them. Obviously, you got to have the bug fixes and all that other stuff. But if we're talking about purely the marketplace, put the stuff in the marketplace that people want. Like, and they'll buy it.
Yeah,
probably. I have not actually seen this game, but I heard that they canceled that Monolith were working on a Batman game before they were working on Wonder Woman, and I'm glad they canceled it because I'm tired of Batman games. I said it. I said it. I think that I heard that was Batman Ninja. In fact, they canceled. And
no, it was like the Nolan verse. It was like a
movie tie-in.
Yeah, like a movie tie-in style game.
Oh yeah, well those definitely went out of style. So we're probably not seeing those anytime soon. But I'm glad they're doing Wonder Woman. I'm literally tired of Batman games. Please give me anything else. I'm so glad they canceled it.
I don't think anybody noticed the put it in me.
Yeah, I first time I'm hearing it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely noticed it when he said it because he's talking about the thing. but the bomb.
Well,
But
unfortunately, that scene was partially spoiled because that audio leaked like before the season came out.
Unfortunately, that scene was partially spoiled because they put it in like all of their pre-launch footage, the entire cutscene, basically. Yeah, there was barely anything. Yeah, I watched Caboose actually like beat Brainiac, and apparently, if you play that fight as Joker, your Joker will be invisible in the cutscene.
Yep, and also I did that because I thought it'd be funnier, and also I didn't get the second cutscene.
Oh, I did have a few people like say that this Joker is gay, because he is definitely
Flamboyant,
and who cares? Like whatever, it's a different Joker. I hate to break it to you, everybody loves Deadpool. Deadpool would fuck anything with a hole. Okay,
also,
and that's canon.
Also, Joker is, even if you go back to the Arkham Joker, which is the one they worship, he clearly wants to fuck Batman.
Yeah, I do feel like that is kind of what this Joker is. He's very, very much like Deadpool. What is it? Omnisexual?
Yeah.
Like he would literally fuck anything, and
that was definitely the vibe I get. If you didn't notice the obvious sexual connotations between literally all of the Joker's interactions with Batman over the last 60 years, I don't know what to tell you.
It's like they're just figuring it out.
Like, yeah. The Joker might be the guy. Oh, really? The character who's literally been obsessed with another man to the point where he literally has said he can't live without him might be a little queer.
Yeah.
He might go both ways. Really?
Like, listen, like it is what it is. And like for certain characters, it just works. And I feel like Joker's one of them. Like, I get it. This is definitely a younger, different, weirder version of Joker. It's just, who cares? Like, it's a video game. Like, it shouldn't make you uncomfortable. He did get very uncomfortably close to Boomer, who might be a bigot.
I mean, he literally has a line in the game where he says he loves prejudice. So
yeah. So, I mean, it's funny though, because like there's that scene where Joker's like literally, looks like he's about to make out with him, and he like backs off like, gross.
Great Australian accent, by the way.
Yeah.
Starting your petition now, Bane and Scarecrow themed skins. You would pay for this. Pay for characters in marketplace. The people that spoken appreciate the 5 digital variable.
I mean, that's the thing though. Like, if you think about it, like, all right, we've got these season themes. Yeah. Why not have those seasonal themed suits?
Seems
or even if they're like swatches for like the Task Force X. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, I think it's better than having Easter skins a week after Easter's over.
Yeah, I mean, thank God they were free though. I mean,
yeah, please, thank God. That's all right. Yeah. Speaking of putting it in people and free, what do you think of this news about the PlayStation showcase? We'll get into that now.
I've heard nothing.
I know you know things, Jay.
No, you would know more than me.
Probably.
You're the PlayStation insider.
I am the Sony insider. I am the pony on the podcast. Jay will probably have more insight on the upcoming Xbox showcase. That's going to be in June, I believe. And so we got our Lord and Savior, Jeff Grubb. He had a little bit more information, basically corroborating this rumor that initially came out a couple months ago. This other insider named John Harker on the Reset Era podcast, which is on the Reset Era forum, which is a pop-up forum for people basically who work in the industry or around the industry. They have games journalists in there. They have people who work at studios. So there's a lot of insiders in there, a lot of people with inside information over there. And one of them mentioned that there was just casually mentioned there's a PlayStation event happening in May. It's going to be described it as, E3 like event, because that's basically what's replaced E3, whether it's the Jeff Keighley shows or individual companies like Sony having their own showcases. That's pretty much replaced E3. And they had that last May. If you remember, last May, PlayStation had a showcase the week of the 25th, and that's where we got our first look at the Spider-Man 2 gameplay. It was very, very lit, and it looks like we're getting something like that again, probably happening around the same time. PlayStation showcase last year, there were people, some ponies weren't very happy. Jay weren't very happy ponies. They wanted more out of the showcase because there was some major studios that were obviously missing. Obviously, Spider-Man 2 was the highlight of the night, and besides Phantom Blade 2, which Phantom Blade 0, which came out of nowhere. But yeah, people really didn't care, weren't really thrilled about the new Bungie game.
Yeah, I'm not.
There was some, I haven't heard, based on what I've heard about it, the people who play tested it weren't very interested in it either. We got the Metal Gear remake reveal at that event, but the big first party stuff wasn't there. They didn't have anything new from Santa Monica, they didn't have anything new from Guerrilla, they didn't have anything new from Naughty Dog or Sucker Punch, so people were left a little wanting more. But this time around could be more lit than even before. We know Phantom Blade 0 is going to be making its comeback. I think we'll most likely get the Phantom Blade 0 demo, which they teased along with the anime earlier this year. They said there's a drop in a demo. Obviously, Silent Hill 2 is getting that remake, and we're expected to get some news about that. That's probably a good time to have that there. We'll probably get an update on Snake Eater, and there's potentially a lot of Insomniac that they can show a lot of stuff potentially here. Insomniac's been having a rough go of it, but they've been adjusting pretty well. Appreciate that super sticker, Gabe. But Insomniac has a couple of things. They've got the DLC, which unfortunately we know is coming because they leaked it themselves in the New Game Plus update. So we know at least one of them. But the hackers, leaked the other ones last year. But they've also got Wolverine in development, which last I heard from Grubb, he said he thinks it might come out next year, but it could also be 2026. So depending on where that ends up, they could decide to show a little something official for Wolverine, which would be nice to see. It's been rough that so much of the game leaked already, but if they were on track for 2025, that would be a great look. So it'd be nice to have that confirmation. And there's also the potential for a spin-off game for Venom. That was something Brian Ennerhart teased, and unfortunately, we've had some leaks related to that as well. So that could be a time to announce, one of those games, in addition to the DLC. But as you are also a Ghost of Tsushima enjoyer, we could potentially see Ghost of Tsushima 2, Mr. Shockblast, finally get that official reveal. I have gotten multiple confirmations that the game exists and is in development, and we're just waiting for the official announcement. And I think May would be that time because the PC port of Ghost of Tsushima is dropping in May. The PlayStation Showcase is dropping in May. So feels like perfect time to say, hey, by the way, Ghost of Tsushima 2 is coming out, and look out for that.
I would be very hyped, especially after buying this game.
How did you? I know you were not loving it last I talked to you about it. Did you play a little more? How do you feel about it now?
Nope. Yeah, I I don't know, man. I'm going through I go through things like
your back.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I didn't post it. Like, here's the thing. I don't like posting videos I record of games I don't end up liking. because I'm not a grifter and I don't want to like, I don't need hate views. And I say that as somebody that does not get anywhere near as many views as they used to, that could use all the views he could get. Right. So I didn't think anybody was going to want to watch it to begin with. And I'm not like, I think I just bought it wanting it to be Ghost of Tsushima, and it just
wasn't.
It's just not.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only reason I was interested in it.
I have a slight spoiler. So if you are interested in the game and haven't played it yet, plug your ears, mute the audio. When you play that first level, you play with like a twin, and you get to like keep switching back and forth between them. And that to me was so cool, and it was so interesting because when one of them was about to die, I would just switch to the other one and manage to finish them off. But then you have to make a choice between the two, and then it goes back to being just one. And that kind of lost me a little bit
because skill issue.
No, I thought that was actually pretty interesting. Like the ability to just go back and forth between the two and work together. And maybe you get them back. I don't know, but it didn't seem like that would be the case. And if you do, it seems like it would be very, very late in the game. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it, but like I just I've played way too much Suicide Squad. Like I'm trying to level the battle pass. I finally got the King Shark outfit today. Like his Wayne Tech one.
Okay.
But man, I could have used that double. Like that's one of the things I've been railing for is like the double, like at least doubling the battle pass XP. And I'm so glad that they're actually doing that.
Yeah. I saw you had an overall impression. I thought, I looked at the blog and I was like, it just is underwhelming. Like they had a couple things in there that obviously good, like the double XP for the battle pass, and finally addressing the burn and poison problem. We'll see if they actually follow through on that and actually make that damage over time viable. But there was so much stuff that's just wrong with the game and even major stuff they didn't mention at all. They seem to like kind of miss the point of why people were complaining about the season modifiers. It's not just the fact that you made enemies immune to craze, which obviously is stupid, but it's the fact that you're punishing people for playing the gear that you pushed them towards last season. Like the whole reason that they claim to have nuked burn in the first place is because they wanted more build diversity. So instead of keeping on with the build diversity, you say, actually, for this season, you can only play poison.
I know that we had moved on from this, and I didn't mean to bring us back, but since you're saying that, can I just say that my favorite is freeze? Like freeze? I just like the cold affliction.
I mean, there's dating back to Marvel's Avengers, not like a little focused cryo.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, listen, Ghost of Tsushima is the reason I own a PlayStation 5 at this point. Like I love that. No, it's really not. It's Spider-Man 2, but that game is one of my top 5 favorite games I've ever played. And it's the reason why I want basically Batman Ninja. that is part of the joke is I just want another Ghost of Tsushima game. Yeah. And
we're finally getting one. I can't wait. Now, if I had to guess, I'd say, because I know it exists. I know it's probably it looks like it's getting announced next month, but I don't know when it's coming out. But based on how long I've heard about Ghost of Tsushima 2 and what I've heard about PlayStation's upcoming schedule, I can't imagine the game is coming out before 2026.
Yeah, it's a rough go right now for PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah, because
at least you're getting some Xbox exclusives to make up for it.
Unfortunately, at 30 FPS,
they saw a void and they filled it out. Oh my god, my poor eyes! Not that.
Hellblade 2 just dropped his new gameplay and 30 FPS. Jay,
I mean, listen, I'm glad this is a game that I don't care about, because I can honestly just say, touch grass. Like, honestly, like with your eyes, it'll hurt them. It'll hurt it more than your eyes are going to be hurt by 30 frames per second. Listen, from what I understand, the game looks, great.
Yeah, graphically, yeah, wonderful.
And that's been like at 30 frames per second, kill my father. Yeah, like it's like I don't understand. Like most games of all time have been 30 frames per second, like period. Like I understand, but it's like it's a decision they made, like design wise. Like it's like it's like saying to Dark Souls or Elden Ring, right? It's like telling them they have to have an easy mode. Okay.
Or make their combat good.
Whatever it may be. I don't play the game. And I also don't judge them. Like I would like
suck it, soul players.
I would like to play those games, but like I'm not a masochist. I don't need that stress in my life. Like I can play them. I tried Sekiro and I even tried Bloodborne. I don't like the idea of like all my like work being for nothing if I like didn't happen to save like within the last 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, so I just don't understand like yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. Like I just like I would never judge like them and say you're terrible for not thinking of me, and if the game looks good, it looks good. And I don't know, I've seen some things go 60 frames per second that are just not, it doesn't make it look that much better.
It does. It's not like I play a lot of games at 60. I play games at 30. If you're saying like there's this huge difference, you're capping. Like it's really not. The only thing you really notice like about when it comes to frames is when a game is like dropping frames. Like if you have a game that can't hold 30 and drops below it, that becomes a problem. But I think it's fair to look at, because I think the part of the issue is that a lot of these games prioritize visual fidelity because they don't want these weirdos on Twitter saying, "Oh, this looks like a PS3 game" or something stupid, and they think, "Oh, it's got all about fidelity. It's got the graphics got to look great. Like every fucking rock on the ground has to be in perfect 4K resolution," and it doesn't matter. Like you can scale back the visual fidelity of the game and just have it run better. Like it's not that big of a deal.
I don't see. Here's the thing: it's a design choice. I don't think it's that they can't do it. I think it's that it looks better in 30 frames per second.
Yeah, they can absolutely do it. We've seen PS4 games do it while looking great.
And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Xbox has had on their own, I don't know if they've stopped the program, but on their own, they've gone back and upscaled a number of Xbox games to 60 frames per second, including a lot of the Lego games. So like if it's possible, they'll do it. But like at the end of the day, these games and these companies are making design choices that they feel is best for their game, that's going to make them look their best. All right. Sure. I don't think if you put Sakura, however you say it, on Xbox One, even at 30 frames per second, it's going to handle anywhere near what it's able to do now. I'll actually give you another example.
I believe it's pronounced Sekiro, by the way.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I was at PAX East last week, and I guess I was able to do an interview with Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game. And oh man, where I met some, I think I might have their card here. I met some people, they had theirs canceled, and I let them take my interview slot, but I sat in with them. Here it is. On Point for Gamers was their name. And I sat in on their interview because they're like, oh, you can come on in with us. I'm like, all right, cool. And they asked them about like the fact that the game was only on next gen consoles this time. And, their answer was like, because we can do so much more, they're more powerful consoles. We could do so much more. We would not have been able to do a lot of the lighting effects that we're able to do if we weren't able to, if we had to be on, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, whatever it may be. And it's amazing to hear that. Like we kind of know that. They also talked about Ghostbusters, and like we had to go stylized with Ghostbusters to hide the fact that it was multi-platform, that it was both last and current gen, and like, would we have liked to have gone more realist? Yeah, absolutely. But like, because of the limitations of having to put it backwards on the older stuff, like we can't do as much. So the power that these new generation consoles offer is absolutely there and absolutely important. And Killer Clowns from Outer Space looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I know Hoarder played it. I actually, that's where I met Hoarder at PAX East at the Killer Clowns booth.
Hashtag spawn. No, it's funny. Like, it's some games literally just benefit from having lower and like Marvel Rivals. I'm sure that game's going to run at probably 60 FPS. It's a PvP game, and it doesn't have like these grounded, realistic graphics. They definitely look more cartoony, comic booky. And you know what? It looks great, especially Storm, and it fits the game. And if more, I feel like I want more games to kind of go away from this need to make everything look like it's live action. I don't need every game to look like the cutscenes for Marvel 1943. if you're not capable of doing that, and if it's not going to, if it's going to hurt the overall game, like it's nice to have, and if technology advances where that can become normal, great. But also don't need it, especially if it's going to make games unsustainably more expensive to develop. Like, I'd rather just have a game that just works, it's fun, it stays at the frames that's supposed to stay at. Like, I don't care if it's running at 60 and it has to sacrifice. I don't care if it's running at 30. If it doesn't matter to me either way. But if you can jack up the performance and you have to sacrifice a little graphic fidelity to do it. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that was the thing. That was one of my big takeaways from playing Killer Clowns, is like the lighting effects were really freaking cool. Like, I don't normally notice stuff like that, but like it made a very big difference in the ambiance of the whole experience. Again, very fun game too.
I'm looking forward to are you going to be doing a little streaming?
Yeah, it's like 3 versus 7, so 3 clowns versus 7 humans. So it'd definitely be a fun like party stream kind of game, you know what I mean?
Okay, do a little, maybe get a little community event going.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, maybe I'll try it. But anything else you're hoping to see at the PlayStation Showcase besides the potentially Marvel stuff and Ghost of Tsushima 2?
No.
Yeah, spoken like a true expert.
Dude, I've been playing a lot of Suicide Squad this week. Since Joker came out on PlayStation, I'm trying to get those trophies.
Yep, and I mean that's because you are a Suicide Squad creator, Jay. So
Oh, yeah, that's true.
yeah. No, yeah. Apart, yeah. Those are what I'm mainly focused on. I am curious about some of the other potentially third party stuff, but my main priorities for the PlayStation Showcase would be Insomniac making an appearance, Ghost of Tsushima 2. Definitely need that Phantom Blade Zero demo. If they have some third-party stuff there, I would love to see a little more Black Myth Wukong, which is coming out soon, relatively soon. But if they have maybe a new game from I know Santa Monica is working on a new game. I don't know if it's ready to be revealed yet. Same with I know the Naughty Dog is doing Last of Us 3, but that's way far away. But they're working on another game, so maybe we'll see what the hell that is.
I was gonna say whatever Bungie's working on with Destiny and Marathon.
Yeah,
Maybe there'll be an update.
I've heard Marathon might be have some third person in it as well. I don't know. I just know it's an extraction shooter. I know that I heard the playtesters who were running with it walked away unimpressed, at least compared to our Tarkov. So I don't know. Well, if they could have some gameplay, maybe that can win some people over. I'll be curious to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you that nothing I saw from that was interesting to me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, instruction shooter from Bungie.
I've watched people play Tarkov. I don't know if you know who Mills is. He's
Miller?
a really cool creator.
That's what we call Miller.
No, Mills. Bigger beard than me.
No, the only Tarkov creator I watch is Dr. Lupo.
Well, I've watched him play Tarkov anyway. He was in the Avengers Discord, the secret society.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like to watch him because he does like a lot of sports games. So he's one of the few places I can go and just like derail his stream by talking sports.
Nice.
But anyway, so I don't know. Like I understand people like those games. I don't have the patience for it.
Indeed.
To call him Mills from now on. My my brother, I actually sent Miller like a text or a voice message because when we were driving out to PAX East, I was saying to him something about I said something about something Miller had said, and Eric goes Miller, just like out of nowhere, and I'm like, I just died laughing.
That is the proper pronunciation.
Yeah. So it was just a surprise considering he's not a big Twitter person.
Oh, old man Eastwood has corrected you about your facial hair, Jay.
Hold on. Let me get rid of this.
Jay's about to flex.
There is beard. It's just gray. Like I keep it short here. I hate the big bushy beards. I got like a little bit of a strap.
I can see the point because you don't really have you got to have the mustache.
I hate a mustache. I can't do it.
That is why it's closer to a goatee. You got to have the mustache.
And more importantly, my wife hates it. So even more reason not to have it. But I have a confession. I've been thinking about like getting some like Just for Men or something because speaking of the man, because like it's so many different colors and it's driving me nuts that like this side is like gray and this side is like not. I just want it to all be one color.
I think you should dye blue because you're a sweet baby enthusiast.
No shot. Speaking of sweet baby enthusiasts,
we have the one and only Mills, aka
Hey, what's up,
Miller? What's up, Miller? What's up, Miller?
Were you here to hear that story?
No, I was watching the podcast until like 20 minutes ago, and I had to figure out some tech issues. So I have not been listening, but I did hear the beginning when you were like, "Oh, my camera's so good that it's like bugging me with my beard."
Yeah,
I did hear that.
No, we were talking about you, and I was telling him how I sent you that voice message because when I was driving out to PAX East, my brother just randomly I said something about we might have been talking on a tweet or something, and I said your name, and he goes Miller, like just out of nowhere. So I was sharing that story.
Yeah, that was adorable. That made my day.
So,
by the way, am I lagging? I'm sorry to ask this out of the blue.
You're doing.
I'm not. I don't occasionally sound like a robot, do I?
No, you're per-rapping.
You're perfect because like, and I'm having like a very slight connection issue on my area has been plagued with bad weather for a couple days, so If I end up lagging out, like please just tell me, mute me, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, we will do. Yeah, we're actually I actually just got my own VR headset, Mr. Miller. I got. My friend convinced me to get a Quest 2.
They're so cheap now, honestly.
It was literally $199 on Amazon. I was like, fair.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed it.
Honestly, I'm like looking to upgrade, but it's a whole thing, and I don't know. George Miller. I still can't get over that. That's like a part of the lore now, I think.
That's true. I'll definitely. We'll rock out with it. Jay has to leave early because his back was blown out earlier today. So
I heard. Honestly, if it's happened to me once, it's happened to me 100 times.
Yeah. So Miller, Miller can relate. So unfortunately,
I'll stick with it as long as I can. But
Jay might need to go to bed early. Get some work done.
I have a what is it? Like a heating pad that I've been putting on it.
Oh yeah, I heard you mention you've been having back pain.
Yeah,
I've been having neck pain, so I kind of get it. It's like it worsens through the day, and then at night I'm laying in bed like just.
Oh, there it is. There's the lag.
Yep, there's. Oh yeah. Oh well, it's I blame Jay.
He'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, figure it out. But Miller, of course, the man of the day, besides Tricks Ridiculous, of course, because Tricks unfortunately got caught up.
Oh my god, that was awful.
Sorry.
What the heck? Sorry.
We were just talking about your big day today involving Tricks Ridiculous.
What a day it's been. I'm probably going to go out one more time, by the way, just so you know, because I literally have a window right in front of me that's like installing an update for like the program that I'm using to do this. It's like bad timing. But anyways, it'll just be a temporary thing. Yeah, it's been a crazy day. I know you guys like went over a lot of it, and there's some stuff that is a little delicate.
Yeah, we avoided spoilers, but we did the broad strokes, which is basically that you're killing Suicide Squad like you killed Avengers.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, like how do I explain this? When I was a kid, I was the kid that like the teacher would the teachers had a long day. The teacher would snap, right? The teacher's got that breaking point. And if I was ever the target of that, it would like eat my soul. Like I'd be like, oh, I gotta fire back. I gotta fire back. Like I have to, like I cannot let someone more powerful than me take a shot. Like I have to, like it does something to me where I want to even the score. And so like, and it's one thing, and don't get me wrong, I've been doing this a long time. WB wants to fire DMCA claims at me. Hey, their prerogative. Like the only time that I ever thought that was like even weird. Gosh, my throat is suddenly so dry. Even weird is when the Joker Classic skin is happening. And it's like, if you're not going to promote it, if you're not even going to announce it to this day, then like, what's the harm in someone talking about it? Like, really, what's the harm in that? Like, you want to do other, like all the other stuff. Okay, do it on your own terms. But if your own terms are nothing, like, then it just comes off as vindictive. Like it just comes off as like punishment for doing the other things. You know what I mean?
It definitely,
and again,
definitely feels
even
personal.
Then it's like, okay, fine. Like today when it was all popping off in the morning, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to just sit here and eat my food. Like, I don't care. But when they DMCA'd Tricks is when I was like, nah, fuck this. Like I'm sorry.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
No.
They got him.
The WB came for him.
DMCA'd.
The ops got him. WB kicked in his door.
He did say the program was updating. So
yeah, that shows you go. But I prefer the conspiracy theory that
it's so appropriate.
It's like, oh yeah, Miller, fuck you. Like, take that.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. But yeah, it definitely was it absolutely insane when I saw that trick, because when I saw him tweet it, I thought, oh, that's funny. They're probably not going to do anything to the hacker. But then when I saw his account was locked, I was like, no fucking way. No way. Absolutely no way. They just hit him with a DMCA strike, and the hacker is still on the fucking leaderboard.
Well, I mean, I guess I feel like they didn't. Maybe I skimmed it too quickly, but I feel like they didn't address like when that update would occur. Like it made it sound like, hey, we're gonna do that like right now. Like maybe it could be a server side thing, but I don't know. I guess maybe you do have to patch some of that stuff in.
So, well, we remember there was some precedent when I think when they nerf pretty much everything. They nerfed XP, they nerfed burn. That whole update, you know, people were complaining that there were no bug fixes in it, and they said, oh well, that's a separate thing, separate team. So they may need to do a maintenance mode, but they don't actually need to I don't think do anything too crazy, because these are mostly like balancing changes, like finding the source for some of these different issues could be more tricky, but just simply, you know, okay, increase XP from mission gains and make burn do more like that. They don't need to do anything too ridiculous for that. So in that case, I think we should be fine. That's why I was predicting like we'll probably see this update next week, most likely.
I mean, I would hope so. It's not like this major thing. Like if you can't put that out at a relatively quick pace, wrap it up.
Yeah, because it literally was just balance. There were just some mostly minor balance changes. Oh, we're changing these season modifiers. We're giving you more XP for this. We're going to be increasing the damage to burn and poison. So if that's all they're doing, then I don't see why that shouldn't come out next week. But you know, it's Suicide Squad, so you literally never know.
Yeah,
where it's gonna go.
Yeah, so like I feel like that this type of stuff should be able to be handled server side. You know what I mean? Like if that's the case, then you know, build the game right. You know,
JayShockblast once again using the skill issue. I love it.
Well, no, because I think back to like Marvel. Like today, I tweeted about PlayStation announced Marvel Heroes Omega was coming to consoles 7 years ago today.
Rip.
And I think back to that because everybody used to complain whenever there was an update, they basically had to re-download the whole game. And you know, Brian once told me it's because the way the game was built, like there's just stuff that you had to like update the whole game in order to do it, you know, like in order to make those changes. It wasn't a matter of just like, you know, updating a couple little parts of the game. It was the whole game was basically being re-downloaded. And there are a lot of games that do that. It's not just that game.
Right.
So
oh yeah, hopefully Suicide Squad seems to be something where they can, you know, do relatively quick patches and everything like that.
I thought I remembered like Xbox doing away with paying to patch games.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe. Did you? Yeah, look, check that up on the old Google machine.
Ooh, there was a time it looks like where there was like a $40,000 charge to do patches.
Sheesh.
But I thought I remembered like some of it being dropped.
How much? I wonder how much for PlayStation.
Yeah,
it's probably $1 million. You know, Sony was not playing around. They didn't even want crossplay.
I don't know. It's I was actually like, I don't know. I can't seem to find it. So he confirms they paid devs cash to include their games in PS Plus or whatever. That's not what I'm looking for. Anyway, but I don't know. I will get more story content. I don't know what to expect anymore, man.
Expect to be disappointed.
Yeah, I expect nothing. So, and then that way, when you get something, we're good.
Yeah, I wanted to be optimistic, but I'm at we basically speed ran the Avengers. I'm at the point where my expectations are as low as possible for every single update. I hope the game does well, but after Miller's declaration, I was already expecting the game to end by 2025, so this all checks out. Hopefully it ends on a good note, but my hope for this game lasting 3 years is definitely doesn't seem like it's going to be coming true unless a miracle happens. So we'll see. But we got a question about VR. I have literally not downloaded a single VR game yet. I haven't played around with it yet too much, but I'll probably try it out a little more. I mainly just got to hang out with my buddy, but it is almost that time. Jay obviously has back issues, and I have Iowa State game to set up.
he has Caitlin Clark issues.
Yes, I do. So I need to watch that Final Four. So appreciate all y'all hanging out. We'll catch y'all next week. We may have a special guest coming up. I reached out to a certain popular games journalist who expressed interest in coming on the show when their schedule is freed up. So look out for that conversation potentially coming up.
Today very excited for WrestleMania, all of WrestleMania. We do appreciate Miller for trying, and we'll definitely link up with him at some point too.
Yeah. Ideally, maybe when our special guest is on.
We are like sharing the same brain because I was actually thinking that same thing. I think he would actually enjoy that too.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll work on that. We'll keep all updated. I'm Sadot the Gamer.
I am not Casual Avenger.
He is correct. He is
old
in pain.
Yeah.
Hopefully get well soon, Jay.
Thank
with your blown out back. Zip it up and zip it out. Peace.